Well. Welcome to MACO Tarot. And if you are returning for yet another video, I appreciate you and welcome back. Early morning read yet again. Here we are. And I feel like this is a message that needed to come out about someone's ex. There's a situation that I wanted to read on about an ex. And I'm not quite sure exactly what the dynamics is, but I did get that it's an ex reading. I have gotten that far. So this will be concerning your ex. Let's give a couple shuffles. Clear the deck. And let's jump right in. All right, what can you tell us about this person's ex? What happened in this situation? Let's start there. What happened in this situation? What I'm getting is the situation I'm going to be referring to is concerning a person that was in a situationship with someone. This could have been a very long-term type of situation where you were kind of off again, on again. Could be twin flame energy, could not be. But it definitely was a situation where it was an on and off again situation, and it never really fully developed into a relationship. And so this person is kind of considered an ex, I guess, because, you know, every relationship, when it's two people, it's some type of relationship, whether the relationship is parents and children and parents, you know, siblings, friends, everything is a relationship when it's more than two people. So this type of relationship was a situationship is what I'm getting. After all of that, let's go into what happened. What happened in this situationship? What happened in this situationship? What happened in this situationship? All right, let's see. Robbery, trust issues, eviction, stuck energy, career success, molestation, high self-esteem, tower moment, drug use, financial success. Wow, it's like the cards are telling the story. I'm gonna take out one more. Anger okay. Bipolar, alcoholic. Wow. Emotional exhaustion, impulsive. At the bottom of the deck, we have anxiety. Let's see if I can make it clearer. Anxiety. Okay, so this situation right here, I feel like ended with some type of tower moment. That's at the center of the read. This is what destroyed this situation. I was trying to get a read on what happened before the break, and then I'm gonna check in with what has been happening now. But this is all of the things I think that kind of were going on now. What I feel like is that one party in this situation with robbery, molestation, and anger, I feel like somebody in this situation has experienced childhood trauma. We're just going to say that. They've experienced some type of childhood trauma, and it could be childhood sexual trauma. This sense of having their childhood robbed from them has caused a lot of anger issues with that person. This could be whichever entity, because it could be, you know, male, female, two males, two females. It doesn't matter. One party in this equation has experienced feeling like their childhood has been robbed from them because of the traumas that they experienced as a child. And this has led to anger issues. Trust issues is next. Now, we do have high self-esteem and we have bipolar. And what I feel like with that is this person that I'm referring to. With bipolar, there's a manic energy, and then there's a manic energy, and then there's also a depressive energy. I feel like when this person is in more of the manic energy, that they are very much in that high self-esteem. Like they can be very focused, they can be very driven, they get stuff done, all of that kind of stuff when there's a mania going on. On the opposite side of that, I feel like there is depression. And the depression is really deep because a lot of the things that happened in the childhood with this person start to resurface when they're in those moments. I feel like this mismatch of emotions, and they don't have to have a formal diagnosis of bipolar. It just could be these behaviors where one part of me is very driven and one part of me is very stagnant. Okay. And I do actually have on here stuck energy. I feel like that part of that person that gets stuck in the depressive loop may have experienced eviction, which may have caused a tower moment. Now, I also feel like it's not just about them being evicted from their apartment. I feel like it could be that you evicted. If you were living together, you may have told that person they needed to leave. And that was part of the tower moment. Now, it could also be that they did live on their own and they lost their apartment because of, alcoholism, drinking to try to moderate the feeling and basically self-medicate. Yeah, I also have drug use here. So a lot of times what happens with, I'm going to just say in general, some mental disorders, because of course I am a mental health therapist, so I keep reminding everybody, I'm trying not to say it too much because this is not the energy I'm in, but just to explain that a lot of times self-medication does come in when people have severe mental disorders. Instead of going to a doctor, going to a therapist, going to a psychiatrist to get help, they tend to self-medicate. So when I'm down, I use substances that get me up. If I'm up, I need substances to make me relax and go to sleep. So therefore, we create what we call like dual diagnosis, because now we're dealing with some type of addiction to manage the mental disorder, but then we also have to deal with the mental disorder. Okay, so that's my caveat. But with that, this person was doing that. This person couldn't cope with a lot of the mood swings that were going on, the memories from the childhood traumas. And this person was self-medicating, up to get up, things to go down, right? And I feel like this emotional exhaustion could have been you, that it just got to be too much. It literally just got to be too much. And of course, this caused the tower moment. And again, within this tower moment, it could be actually eviction, where, like I said, if they were living with you, you might have been like, you got to go. I've reached the end of my rope. And then if they weren't, then maybe they lost. Maybe it was finally a situation where they lost everything, right? I do have here career success, and I also have financial success. And I feel like this is in the energy of losing that. Like I said, there's a high self-esteem side that when I'm in that up motion of mania, then it's like I can make things happen. I don't even need to sleep for 2 or 3 days, and so that's an employer's, wildest dreams to have somebody that just works, gets it done, doesn't need to sleep. You wake up in the morning and everything's done, but that's not healthy for that person. And then it inevitably they crash and end up being in that depressive state and needing to sleep, etc. So it's this major extreme. Yeah, there's a lot of impulsive energy too. which I think is what impeded that person's career success and financial success. Because I feel like the money making potential of that person was there. It's just that it was such a swing and imbalance that it created a lot of problems on the job. And so they may have lost their job, which then caused them to lose their home, possibly have lost their vehicle. Yeah, just really swinging back and forth, really, really swinging. And I just feel like the emotional exhaustion is you watching it, trying to deal with it, trying to be supportive of it. And I think you just saw that situation getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And it was just got to a point where you just couldn't take it anymore. Yeah. And that was that tower moment. The tower moment is things that come to a head and change happens. And it's usually a very powerful, pivotal, life-changing type of change. And I feel like that was the energy that caused this relationship, this situationship or relationship to end. Interesting. Okay, so that's what kind of led to the breakup. Now let's go into what's been going on now. This deck is not my deck personally, but it's called the After deck. So let's see what happened after the situation ended with the two of you. Can you tell us what has been going on with this person since the breakup? Since the tower moment of this person? What has been going on with this person? I feel like I'm supposed to pull maybe a card or two from here. And then I either need to get back into that deck, because I feel like it's not going to show me fully. Show me what has been going on with this person since the breakup, please. Hearing one more time. We have the King of Pentacles. All right, so we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. There was a failure to make a decision here. I feel like what ended up happening, kind of that also led to this, we're still in that energy just a little bit, is that the emotional exhaustion with you came from your lack of willingness to make a decision. You were trying to juggle everything, you know, your work, your possible kids, your family, your obligations, plus theirs, plus be a support, plus. And I just feel like it just really was overwhelming. But that lack of making a decision, I feel, is what caused you to be emotionally exhausted. Now, I feel like with the Justice card, I feel like since then, you have kind of began to walk in your power. I think that you have gained a lot of knowledge. This is Libra energy. But I feel like you've begun to gain a lot of knowledge, and I feel like now my nose is itching, so I must be on the right path with that. But I feel like with Justice, you've begun to gain a lot of knowledge about that situation where you went wrong, and about yourself. I feel like you learned a lot of life lessons in this relationship that helped you to become stronger. And next we have the Ace of Wands. And I feel like there's now a passion going forward. With the Two of Wands, it's weird because Two of Wands is kind of looking forward, looking ahead. But in this, the after deck, first time I'm really paying attention to it, there are two people and not just the one person. So you very well could have moved on, because there's also the Three of Swords in reverse, which means that you're coming out of heartbreak. You're coming out of heartbreak. So I feel like you've gained your wings, if you will. You're more stabilized. You've been able to look at that situation and grow from it and really say, okay, this is where I went wrong. This is where I should have let go and I stayed. This is that red flag that I needed to see. And this person, showed me and I just didn't recognize it, or I recognized it and I overlooked it. But either way, there's a healing that's here with you. There's a healing of your heart and and the desire to move on and move forward with someone more stabilized. Because these people, they have the world in their hands. Okay, so you have the world at your feet. You have the world in your hands. You're sharing it with someone. You're moving out of heartbreak. And you're definitely more passionate and focused about the direction that you're going in. A lot of growth. With that, I feel like that's the energy you're in. Now let's see. What energy? Let's pull Mega Deck 1. What energy is the person that you were in the relationship in? What are they in? Oh, goodness. Pregnancy dropped out. Okay. Pregnancy dropped out. What is the energy going on with the person that they were involved with? What is the energy of the person? Bully came out. What is the energy of the person they're involved with? What is the energy of the person you were involved with? Those two definitely want to come out. I'm going to pull from the top. Stingy, spiritual awakening, witchcraft, black magic at the bottom. So it's some strong witchcraft, spiritual types of warfare going on here. But we do have pregnancy, bully, stingy, spiritual awakening, witchcraft, black magic. This person could have, I'm thinking of how to word it because it's going to sound weird, but this person could have had their spiritual awakening about what they have emotionally, mentally, physically been dealing with, and may believe that they have, magical powers. Now, I do know and feel that people do use black magic and witchcraft. However, sometimes people may claim to have certain powers, but they're doing it from a delusional type of way. And with the mental disorder that's up there, this could be possibly a delusion. Okay. However, this person really could be participating with witchcraft and they have taken it into a black magic type of thing. The way I look at stuff like that is you have white witches, you have dark witches. The black witches are the ones in my mind that do things to hurt people. So there could be this energy of being angry with you. And maybe they've dabbled in getting someone to do it for them, or they're doing it themselves to try to hurt you. Let me see what's under here. Yeah. Okay. So we have black magic, like I said. Then when I pulled again, narcissist and thief came up. And remember, the other one started with robbery. So I think with narcissist and thief, they feel like you did something to them. You took something from them, that it wasn't anything about what they did that drove you to emotional exhaustion. I feel like they feel like you are the bad guy You know, and it's not like, oh, I have a mental disorder or something and this person didn't care for me. It's not that. It's you weren't there for me. You didn't care for me. You took from me. You didn't help me. So I lost things. It's a lot of blame. A lot of blame. That makes sense with the word bully that came out, because they still could be trying to be in your energy, bullying you, or either they're trying to do it in a way that is through black magic to make you do something they want you to do, whether it's, you know, to have misfortune, etc. Stingy also came out, and I feel like that's probably just the energy that they were in. It wasn't about sharing. It wasn't about give and take. It was about just taking, you know, stingy with what they had and what they offered, and they just took from you is what I feel. Now, this person could have been pregnant by you, or they experienced a pregnancy. Now, the pregnancy could have happened, because this is what I'm kind of getting with some, is the pregnancy could have happened, which also led to that eviction. The impulsive behaviors, the doing all these different things, the drinking, the drugs, all that stuff could have led to a pregnancy. And once you found out about it, they had to go. They had to go. The other option is that this person may be pregnant by someone else at this time that has nothing to do with you, but they're holding on to a lot of the anger and frustration that they had toward you because they're blaming you. Is there an outcome here? Is there an outcome here? Ace of Pentacles. I think you're just going to be successful. Yeah, nothing wants to come out. It flipped in my hand. So you have the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like I hate to say it like this, but it's almost like as a reward for dealing with this person and overcoming obstacles, the reward is that you're going to have the blessings that you want. And I feel like, remember we saw on the board too, financial success and all of that. I feel like that's what's going to happen for you. You're going to have basically, essentially, the happy ending that you're wanting, whether it be with the person that you're wanting or just the financial stability and the ability to do and be all that you want to do and be. Yeah. I'm hearing gold standard. I'm looking at this gold charm. I'm hearing gold standard. Yeah. So I feel like healing, getting your money in order and becoming wealthy, meeting someone who's an equal partner, and just kind of moving on is going to be the best revenge for this ex that is still watching you and actually in more of a darker energy when it comes to you. So sometimes, you know, what did Fantasia say? You have to lose to win. Maybe losing that relationship, which was hurtful for you now, but losing that relationship will allow you to win in the end. Okay. All right, guys. I hope this message was helpful for you. If it was, leave me a message down in the comments, like and subscribe if I can get it out. And until we meet again, remember, it always gets better. Always.